Okay, welcome to Year 7 Humanities, looking at economics in Term 3. We've had a couple of lessons now on economics, and today we're going to be introduced to a few new concepts. But before we do that, we're just going to look at what we've learnt so far. So far in our studies, we've learnt about needs and wants. We know a need is something that we physically need to survive, and a want is something that allows us to live more comfortably, but don't need physically to survive day to day. We've learned about relative scarcity. So we have more wants than can be delivered. So in the world, there's not enough resources to give every single person everything they want in the world. So therefore, we need to use our resources wisely that we have on this planet. We've played the needs and wants board game. You've watched some videos on economics, including what a good is and what a service is. Okay, a good is something that you can physically touch and see that you can purchase. So you go to the supermarket, you take a box of cereal off the shelf, that is a good. You can see it, you can feel it in your hands. Whereas a service is something that you pay someone else to do for you that you don't physically take with you from a shop. Okay, getting a plumber to install new taps would be considered a service. Going to the hospital and seeing a doctor would be considered a service. Getting your car fixed would be considered a service, but there's often interactions between the two. You order a pizza from Domino's, the pizza is a good itself, but the pizza being cooked for you and delivered is a service. So there's a combination of the two. What are we going to learn today? What is a consumer? What is a producer? What is an opportunity cost? So that's going to be in this video, and then in another video, we're going to be looking at, also in this video, how is an opportunity cost different for individuals to businesses, but in another video looking at what is a market and what are the different types of market that we see in our economy. All right, let's get started. Consumers, not a really tough one to understand, but nice to go over anyway. So consumers are us, we're the buyers. A consumer is a person or organisation that use economic services or commodities. So that's us when we go to the shop. When we buy things, we are considered consumers. Just because you guys may not be getting paid for any work that you're doing doesn't mean that you're not a consumer. You definitely are. We consume things, we buy things, we add money to the economy. We are considered a consumer. Producers, on the other hand, there's some examples we can see. They're the individuals and businesses that make the goods and services that we consumers purchase. So they make the things that we buy. So we've got Apple, obviously they're a producer of technology items. Devondale is a dairy company. You know, our farmers are massive producers in Australia. And you know, the tomatoes, whatever it is, they've got the mechanic. All these people are producing something that people buy. Now, in their everyday life, they're also consumers. So you can be a producer and a consumer. You're definitely not just going to be one or the other. Opportunity cost. Now, this is probably a concept you haven't heard before. So an opportunity cost is the benefit that we as consumers miss out on when we make an economic decision. So it's the next best option after we make our first option. So for example, if you have $5 only and it's lunchtime, you can either purchase a sweet chili chicken wrap or a muffin and a hot dog. So whichever decision you make, the opportunity cost will be the next best option you had. So say you purchased the sweet chili chicken wrap, the opportunity cost was the muffin and the hot dog. That example below in the image here is source 1. You've got $1 and you can buy a piece of fruit. This person is ranked what fruit they like in order from 1st through to 6th. The pear is their first choice. Now the opportunity cost is only the banana. It's only that second choice. So we don't consider the opportunity cost the 3rd, 4th, 5th or 6th. It's that second choice that wasn't made, that could have been made. So why is this important? People make decisions that are much more important than what to have for lunch. So imagine a family has gone to make the decision to pay an electricity bill so the power stays on, or to buy some groceries to feed them. Which one do you make? The opportunity cost is always the next available option. Businesses also make opportunity costs. They need to consider, what is it best for us to produce? A business will always try to choose the alternatives that will earn the greatest profit. So profit, we can see in the diagram below at the top, profit equals selling price minus the cost to produce. So for example, a clothing business might need to decide on whether to produce shirts or pants. And we can see in this table, we've got shirts, pants, the selling price, the cost to produce, and the profit. So that's per item. So imagine per shirt, it's costing that business $20. It's costing them $10 to make per shirt. They can sell it for $20. They're getting $10 in their pocket. Awesome. Whereas the pants, it's costing them $25 to make one pair, and it's $30 to sell it. So they're only getting $5 profit. So probably they're going to be making shirts, but they need to look at other decisions and other factors as well. All right, that's this video. What I want you to do now, though, is to consolidate on what you've learned in this video, and we're going to be putting some pen to paper and answering these questions in your exercise book, writing in full sentences, being sure to give your page a heading and a date. So 4 questions. What is an opportunity cost? How does a business calculate its profit on an item it produces? Why is the concept of an opportunity cost important? Look at the table below and explain why producing pants might be a more expensive choice.